Alright, right now it's March 9th, 1:30 a.m. And unfortunately, this is going to be my last day at school. I'm going to wear my school uniform for one last time. And originally, this is not supposed to be the last day, but because of coronavirus, they only allow us to go to school for one more day and not to take any classes, attend any class or anything, but to take our DSE, what should I call it, DSE license. And yeah, it's going to be sad, it's going to be epic, it's going to be dramatic, and I'm already embraced it. Like, I've already embraced that this is the ending and that I have tons of loose ends that I haven't tied, and that if I could travel back in time and relive my school life, hell yeah, I would. I would join another society. I would join in more competitions. I would meet more people and make more friends and talk more to a few particular people, but I guess I just can't do that. And it's a shame, but I'll make do whatever I can. I'll do whatever I can, and yeah. Hopefully there's one more day, like after the virus outbreak. Maybe the teachers will let us go back to school for one last time officially, but I don't think that will happen, and I think this is going to be the last time. So yeah. So it's 8 a.m. right now on March 9th. I slept for 4 hours. I'm tired. I'm sleepy, and this is my last school day ever, probably. I don't know, but I'm gonna treat it like it is, and I'm ready. I'm ready. So right now it is March 9th, 2020. And this is probably the last day of school. Yeah, probably. I'm not sure, nobody's sure, but very likely, yeah. And I guess I'm not gonna say I'm disappointed, because I kinda expected this. But still, it's a really underwhelming ending. A few years ago, when I was, thinking about, oh, what am I gonna do on the very last day of school? It's going to be this epic finale, am I right? And I imagined myself throwing tantrums and crying and maybe talking to a lot of people. And then afterwards, I realized that I needed more friends and I have a lot of loose ends that I hadn't tied yet. In my first year in secondary school, aka middle school, in 7th grade, I made a friend, my first friend, at school. And because of some altercation, we argued, and there were different people who supported different sides, and this whole war broke out, and I guess that's what happened. I don't know, to be honest. I feel like back in 7th and 8th grade, I was high the entire time for 2 years straight, and then I'm sober again. But after that incident, right, she did speak to me for a little more, just for a little more, and then she just disappeared, and she doesn't even allow me to follow her on Instagram. You know what? I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that again later. Maybe she'll accept it finally. But I was planning to speak to her on the last day of school because I have a reason to speak to her. Like, I would probably say something like, hey, I know I haven't been speaking to you for 5 years already, but I want to say thank you for being my first friend, being very kind to me, and the birthday gift you gave me is one of the best I've ever received. And I'm gonna ask her if I could follow her on Instagram, and that's all. And then we have Linda, who is on my side during the entire war, because Linda used to hate her guts too. And I hate Bernice's guts, and Linda's one of the kindest person I've known. And she may seem like a very violent person on the outside, and indeed she's a very violent person, and she's angry all the time, but she's very loyal. But she's very loyal, and she has the most long-lasting relationship in the entire school for 3 years straight. Never broke up, which is impressive. She and her boyfriend, they're so cute. It's crazy. They're so cute together, and haven't spoken to her in a while too. I also somehow pissed her off, and we also had an altercation. Not just me and her, but me and like many other people. But I think at the end of the day, I want to just put history behind me and sort of speak to her and say, you know what, thank you for being there for me as well. And actually, last year, December 20th, I was almost able to speak to her. I said, hey, and she decided to ignore me at first, and then some guy behind me, Derek, he like laughed at me, and Linda turned around and was like, yeah, and she just darted off, which I guess is a sign that she acknowledges me. But I guess I think because at the end, like, Linda and Mary, they don't hate Bernice now, and I don't think Linda hates me now too. I guess there's that. And then there are other people, but most importantly, Linda and Bernice, because they, originally they were in 11th grade, and then after 11th grade, they took 11th grade once again, because they failed too many exams, so they had to retake the whole 11th grade. So all the rest of their classmates, they all go up to 12th grade and they all graduate while they're stuck. And so I can't speak to them anymore because they're not on the same grade as me. We don't see each other anymore. So it really, really sucks. Okay, and then there are people who are in my grade, but not in my class. Because in the Asian school system, we are separated into 5 classes, A, B, C, D, E. And we are only allowed to see people of the same class unless we decided to, I guess, go to other classrooms to check them out. We have our own designated classrooms where almost every single class we take place in that one classroom. And so there are people who are not in my class, but in the same grade. Mary, Wendy, Queenie. I recently just found out that Queenie is gone. She's in New Zealand now, I think. And I'm not that interested in speaking to her, I guess. But it doesn't hurt if I, say hi to her. Then there's Wendy. I don't think she's, that super special of a person. But I guess I just, back in 7th grade, I asked her a question because I saw a lot of bruises on her arms, and I asked her, why are there so many bruises on your arms? And she said, yeah, guess, and then that's it. She never answered me. And so I still don't know the answer. And then last year she unfortunately was taken by some cops, and I guess it's not a really good idea to ask her about something this traumatic. But at the same time, I don't think she minds all that much. The next 2 days later, when she came back to school, she isn't like, in PTSD mode or anything. And I think she's a really chill person at the end of the day, so there's that. I also kind of want to talk to Jeffrey, who I still think is a total jerk, total douchebag. But I guess, again, he was on my side for a while, and he played a huge role in my life as well, and I just wanted to speak to him a little bit, I guess. And then, of course, we have Mary, who turns out to be the most interesting and fascinating person I've ever met in my life so far. And actually far more interesting than people like Natalie and Jordana. Mary, I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know what's going on with her mind. Usually if you talk to someone for a while or look at that someone for a while, you can tell what are their personalities, what kind of person they are. Are they an extrovert, an introvert, someone who's always happy, someone who's always sad or negative? But you can't tell with Mary. You just can't read her. Her mind is an enigma. I mean, even her nationality, her race is a mix, which is really cool. And she's also one of the most important person in my life. I've been her friend for 2 months only. Which is terrible. I should have stayed being friends with her. But I guess at one point I just stopped. And then a while later I realized how fascinating she is of a person. And she is full of mysteries. Like if you look at her Instagram stories and Instagram posts, she doesn't post much, but every time she does, it's a little abstract. It's a little it has double meanings. It's slightly edgy, but at the same time she posts things that are rather crowd pleasing. Not necessarily thoughty, but almost thoughty, and has an aesthetic. And she's also one of the person who told me to be myself. At one point in 7th grade, I was in 8th grade, I was just struggling, and I wanted to be this person, and I wanted to be that person, and I asked Mary if she thinks I'm stupid, for the lack of a better word, and she said, no, you're not, it's just your style. And right now, I think she's kind of wrong. I was stupid, but because of what she said, I stuck to my style, and I kept being who I am, and I'm actually happy that I kept being who I am now because of Mary. So she's a really important person as well. And she also I was not huge on writing diaries. I think it's stupid, it's repetitive, it's tedious. Why do you have to write everything down? But Mary bought me my first diary notebook, and ever since, every single year I've been buying diary notebooks and write diary entries on every school day. In holidays I don't write them, but only in school days. And I'm on book 7 now, and I can't wait to show her. I was gonna show her today, but and originally, if it weren't for the coronavirus outbreak, I would have been able to see her. We would have had an actual last day where we all see each other, shake hands, take photos, sign names. And I would do that, and I would also speak to Bernice and Linda and Wendy and whoever, except the last day is canceled because of the coronavirus, which is, for me specifically, very, very devastating. And but at the end, we have a last day, technically a last day, but actually we're only gonna go back to school for like a couple of hours to take our DSE license, and then just leave and clean our classroom, and then just leave, and we'll never come back ever again. And damn. And on the schedule it says that I'm in A class, 6A, and 6A has to go to school first at 9 a.m. and then at 11 a.m. it's 6B, and then at 2 p.m. it's 6C, and Mary is in 6C, and the D and E classes are tomorrow. So the teachers never really wanted us to coincide because it increases the risk of spreading diseases. But yeah, because of that, I have never seen or talked to Mary ever since December 20th, 2019. And I brought a stack of all the notebooks, diaries, to school today. I was just crossing my fingers. Maybe somehow I could bump into her, like stumble upon her, and maybe then I could tell her about my diaries. But that's a very low possibility, and I don't think it's ever going to happen. I guess the next time I'm gonna see her, it's going to be around 3 months later, when we graduate and we have dinner together, all the students, and maybe then I can somehow speak to her. But then at that point it's already too late. At that point we're already not in school, and at that point it's already pretty useless. It's not like she's gonna, you know, care. But yeah, I was really sad when I returned home today. After we took our DSE license and we got our stuff back, we sort of just left. We didn't even hang around and take a bunch of photos and stuff. We just left. And I did follow Oliver a little bit, and a bunch of boys, you know, Ronald, Kingsley, Ernest, Dean, who else? I forgot, but like a bunch of us, we went to Oliver's place, and they played mahjong for a while, and I just sat there, and even though I didn't do much with them, yeah, it's not a terrible way to end. I mean, at the end, I could hang out with them, and then at the end, we said goodbye. It was a very slight goodbye. It was a very easy-going goodbye. For me, it's heavy. For them, it's not, because, hey, they're not leaving Hong Kong, right? I am moving to another continent very soon. So, I said goodbye to them. I wanted to hug them. Well, Oliver specifically, but, well, virus, am I right? And that's all for today. You know, again, I'm gonna try to just follow Bernice again later on and see if she finally accepts it, but very likely she won't. Also, you can say that I can DM Mary, and just DM anyone, actually. Just Linda, I can DM her. But if you think about this logically, suddenly DMing her through Instagram, when I've never done that before, is so weird. And I'm in such an illogical setting and situation. Like, say, if it's her birthday or my birthday, and well, she won't say happy birthday to me, but next time she has a birthday, and I will go into her DMs and say happy birthday, and then now I have a reason to, you know, say something to her, like, oh, by the way, I also wanted to tell you this. But in Instagram DMs, in usual days, you can't just suddenly DM this person. It's just nonsensical. Like, why at this time, at this place? What's the reason? So in order to make things really logical, it is considered that I will probably never be able to speak to Mary until 3 months later. So it's a fucking tragedy that for half a year I'm not gonna say a thing to Mary. But what happened in December 20 is miraculous. But I guess just not gonna happen. I also really want to sort of decrypt Mary's mind, but hey, how could I do that? I have like negative something days left. Or in other words, it's already over. I will never be her classmate ever again in my life, and I will never really know her. And I guess, well, there's nothing good about that. My perception of her is still a mystery, a cloud, unlike many other people. But I guess in this way, I could still remember her as someone who's mysterious and interesting. And even though it hurts to not know her, in a sense, it's kind of poetic, kind of poignant, but painfully so. And, you know, I'm hurting in the inside as I'm saying this, like when you get stabbed in the chest, and you realize that, hey, the pain isn't that bad, but in actuality you're dying, but you're just trying to look on the bright side. That's basically my situation right now. Ah, God damn it. It's 4:30 p.m. right now, and I am not in the mood for revision at all. I feel like I should really need a break. I should really take a break. And, yeah, I should really, really take a break, and, I don't want to do revision. I just don't want to. And, I don't know what else to do. I don't want to eat food right now. I don't know what to do right now. Yeah. It's 6:50 p.m. and I still feel like I can't get it off my chest. This feeling, I don't know what to do, and I really don't know what to say. And yeah, this is bad. You know, the thing I care about the most is right now. You know what I really, really need right now is that someone would suddenly show up in my life and tell me that, hey, do you want to time travel? I'm going to help you to do that. And you're going to rewrite your timeline. You're going to rewrite reality. Well, not rewrite reality, but basically start a new timeline and just relive everything, but with a different timeline. And I'd say fuck yes. And if it costs, I'll pay whatever it takes, you know? I'll pay whatever it costs. And I will choose to go back to 7th grade and relive the whole thing. Even though it's 6 years, it's a little redundant. But you know what? I want to do that because I already fucked up at first with me acting all weird and acting so paranoid. But now that I've gained all this knowledge and I know how a community and how a society works and how people work and how these specific people are like I would, it would really benefit me to just start all over. But even so, even if I don't start all over, I can start in 10th grade and I can still somehow start a new life from there. I will join a gang of friends, join some competitions, join some more societies, keep some contacts with people. Like if I could start from 10th grade, I would. If I could start all over again, hell yeah, I would. If I could go back in time, but on the same timeline. And I'm invisible the whole time, and I have a camera with me with infinite space, infinite storage space. I would just take tons of photos and videos of myself, how I interacted with these people, and oh yeah, right, I still haven't done that thing with Natalie's phone and record all our conversation. I'm gonna do that someday. And yeah, I need to do that ASAP too. And the problem is I can't, because I won't see her for the next 3 months or so. And I'm gonna need to do that most definitely. And but yeah, if I could go back in time, I would. If I could take photos and videos of myself, how I interacted with people, that'd be cool. But what's cooler is if I could just go back in time. Like, this is the only thing that matters to me right now. The reason why I want to make a short film is to try to make myself feel whole, try to make my school life feel consequential and try to put an end to my school life, a sweet end. So this short film is going to be the epic final message that I'm gonna give. So every single thing I'm doing right now, even for the fact that I'm working out, not really working out, trying to be healthy by doing push-ups and sit-ups at every night, almost every, all because I don't want people in my school to look at me as a loser and I guess a normal person. I mean, well, not a loser, so normal in terms of loserness. Come to think of it, really, like, I have 4 goals right now. One is to do revision for the exams, which is also about school. Talk to my classmates, which is also about school. Make a short film, which is also about school. And finally, be healthy, which is also related to school. School is my life. And it's ended. And I feel really soulless right now, and I have no motivation to do anything right now. It's I don't even want to cry. There's just no point in grieving. Like, it's already over, and like, yeah, it's already over, and I can't do anything about that. There's nothing important to say, nothing important to do. It's all there is. And some people, they're fine, and they're supposed to feel fine. Like, they got friends that they can WhatsApp to because they do that regularly, so they can do that. They got friends who can, DM, who they can DM, but I can't. And I guess I just can't think or do anything right now. I'm supposed to be doing LS or something. I really don't want to. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know what I'm supposed to do right now. I'm not in the mood for filming a review or anything. I have nothing to see on YouTube or Instagram. I can talk right now, but I'll eventually get bored of talking. And I don't have time to, relax myself because I'll end up thinking about my past life. And I don't want to do revision because I'm just not in the mood. I have nothing to do now and nothing to say now. It's just very pointless. And I want to sleep. And I don't want to wake up. And I want to dream. And I want to just dream forever, just dream about school and sort of, I haven't forgotten everything. Some of my memories are just in the back of my brain, right? It's just in the back of my mind. If I could dream and bring those memories back and relive them again, like, if that's possible, then I just want to sleep for the rest of the year, my life. I just want to sleep and just dream on and just dream forever. Because reality right now has pretty much nothing to offer. I'm gonna sleep earlier tonight, and hopefully I have a sweet dream. So despite my sorrows right now, I'm just gonna tell you some other stuff that happened today, the last, hopefully not the last school day of my, well, the last secondary school day of my life. The shittiest, most underwhelming one. First of all, I'm drinking this. This is basically a mixture of vitamin C and vitamin B to keep my immune system up. You know, I don't want to, you know, get the virus. And I'm in Hong Kong, so, you know, I'm pretty near mainland China. You know, it's healthy. It's what this is. Vitamin C and vitamin B complex. Alright, so today we went into the school hall where all the seats are separated. And only people from my class are there. I'm talking about Pink, Leo, Selena, Suki, Oliver, Russell, Kingsley, Ernest, Dean, Andy, Ronald. I'm talking about Edward. I'm talking about Derek, Harry, Nick, Tom, Hans. I'm talking about Natalie and Grant. And I'm talking about Anne and Maria and Scooby and Jordana and Betsy and, you know, people. And we were in a school hall and we just sat down and listened to our teachers talking about, you know, the DSEs, the rules, and what should we do, and what should we do if these things happen, and what rules should we follow, because we're going to different venues for different exams, and all of us are mixed up. And they all also gave us a bunch of papers, like exams and tests and quizzes that we did, you know, before January 21st. You know, sort of give it back to us, and my scores are, of course, shit. My LSIES project that I've been doing for well over a year, the report, that's like 100 pages almost. I got a 5 out of 9, which is god-awful. Leo got a 7, and, well, Pink got a 5 too. And they also gave us this. 11 masks. Well, it's different for each candidate, but they gave us masks for the venue. Also, they gave us this. Now I'm gonna unwrap this, and it's like an unboxing video. A fucking tragic one. Sad unboxing video. Here we go. Alright, how... Shit. You know, there we go. So in here we have wet wipes, alcohol tissue, sort of a vitamin C gummy candy. You know, gotta save it for, like, before math exam probably, because you need a lot of energy before maths. And also, I think an alcohol spray sanitizer. Basically, that's all. And it's pretty nice, I guess. And also at the very same time, the organization YMCA also gave us this, which is an even bigger pack. So I have to unbox this again. Alright, first of all, oh shit, it's wet. This piece of paper by YMCA. Oh, no, this is by Hang Seng Bank, but one of these sponsors is YMCA. You know, you gotta wear masks, wash your hands, sanitize, don't touch your eyes and nose and mouths. This is the steps on how to wash your hands. I know how to wash a hand, okay? And this is about how to, you know, make bleach, make the right amount of bleach to clean your windows. 99% water, 1% bleach, because it's pretty strong and corrosive. But there's that. I can throw this away. For the rest of the bag, we have more sanitizers, and this is rubbing alcohol, and this is a hand sanitizer. More wet wipes. We have I just added one piece of this, but it's vitamin C, vitamin B complex stuff. They also gave us some cheese biscuits for some reason. Not my favorite kind. My favorite kind is lemon flavored. I have to admit. Oh, this is very Hong Kong. This is very Hong Kong, but it's one of these sausages. It's very unhealthy. Not very unhealthy, but like, it's just this little snack thing, and you break it in half by twisting it. And also, as you can see, a bag of peanut M&Ms. And also some empty plastic bags, because why not? So that's basically the YMCA package for all the DSE soldiers. I'm gonna say soldier, because this is a war. And they also gave us some more extra masks in yellow. And that's basically what happened today. And other than that, yesterday, I WhatsApped Selena because she borrowed my IELTS book. And I just asked her to bring it back, and she forgot. And I thought she's gonna be like, oh, shit, I'll give it back to you next time. But she's actually, like, she said, she reacted way more over the top than I expected. She was like, oh my gosh, oh no, like, oh sorry, like, can I bring it back to you? Where do you live? And I was like, I don't live near you. And I asked, where is she going to do her chemistry exam in? But you know what? I'm not in a rush, so, you know, she can give it back to me, like, in graduation dinner, if there is one. If not, then whatever, she can keep it. But it's a couple $100, so, you know, it's whatever. Other than that, as we are leaving, I also ran into Josh, or Jack, and on the previous day, I told him to give me back my maths formula paper, so he did. And so there's that. And then afterwards, I went to the general office to fetch my card, my school ID, student ID card, which I've lost. And this is a new one. I paid for this too. I think 40 Hong Kong dollars. And then afterwards, Nick sort of went off, and I waited for Grant, and we just went to Oliver's house. And again, I brought all 7 of my diaries, all 7, and I was hoping that I would somehow stumble into Mary and then show her, especially this one. I think she'd be surprised that I'm still keeping this one. This is Mary's handwriting. Aesthetics, am I right? Oh man, Mary, man. So yeah. That's all for my entire life. I forgot to mention that after I went to Oliver's place, You know what? I'll talk more about it like sometime later. But basically, I bought 3 more pens. And the boys were pretty nice to me, even though they didn't really talk to me all that much either. But they're relatively nicer. Like, they don't just completely, you know, be a total douche to me. So I guess there's that. Ronald's still a suspicious person, I guess. That's the end.